Welcome to PreMath. In this video, we have got this yellow shaded triangle EBC fully inscribed in a blue rectangle ABCD, as you can see in this given diagram, such that this angle BEC is 45 degrees. And moreover, this segment AE is 2 units, whereas this other segment ED is 3 units. And now our task is to calculate the area of this blue rectangle ABCD. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe. And please keep in mind that this figure may not be 100% true to the scale. Let's go ahead and get started. And here's our very first step. We know that this whole side length of this blue rectangle is going to be 2 plus 3 is going to be 5 units. If this side length is 5 units, then this BC side length is going to be 5 units as well. And now let's recall the area of rectangle formula. Area is always equal to length times the width. And in our case, this dimension is 5. So if we find out this side length AB of this blue rectangle, we can get the area of this rectangle. So therefore, let's assume that this side length AB of this blue rectangle is x, then this side length CD is going to be x units as well. And now our task is to find the value of x. And now let's assume that this angle AEB is theta. And now let's recall this whole straight angle property. This whole angle is 180 degrees. And we know this is angle theta, this is our 45 degrees angle. So therefore, this remaining angle has got to be 135 degrees minus theta. If we add all these three angles, we are indeed going to get 180 degrees. And now let's focus on this right triangle CDE. And now let's assume that this angle is alpha. And now let's recall this triangle sum theorem. According to this theorem, the sum of three interior angles in a triangle is always 180 degrees. So therefore, sum of all these three angles in this triangle is going to be equal to 180 degrees. So therefore, I can write down this angle 135 degrees minus theta plus the other angle 90 plus angle alpha must be equal to 180 degrees. Let's subtract 225 degrees from both sides. This is gone. So therefore, we are ended up with the negative theta plus alpha is going to be equal to negative 45 degrees. And now I'm going to move this negative theta on the other side. So therefore, our angle has got to be positive theta minus 45 degrees. So therefore, this angle alpha is going to be theta minus 45 degrees. And now let's focus on this right triangle EAB. And now let's recall the trig identity. Tangent theta is always equal to opposite divided by adjacent. And in our case, our opposite side is x and the adjacent side is 2. So therefore, our tangent of theta is going to be equal to x divided by 2. And I'm going to label this one as our equation number 1. And now let's focus once again on this right triangle CDE. And now let's recall the trig ratio tangent of theta. Once again, it is always equal to opposite divided by adjacent. So therefore, for this angle theta minus 45 degrees, this side is going to be opposite and this side is going to be adjacent. So therefore, we can write down tangent of theta minus 45 degrees is going to be equal to our opposite side is 3 divided by x. And I'm going to label this one as our equation number 2. And now let's recall this famous trigonometric identity. Tangent of alpha minus beta is always equal to tangent of alpha minus tangent of beta. divided by 1 plus tangent of alpha times tangent of beta. And I am going to substitute for this alpha theta, and for this angle beta I am going to substitute it for 45 degrees. As you can see in this next step, I have substituted for alpha and beta values over here. And now we can see tangent of 45 degrees is always 1. So wherever I see tangent of 45 degrees, I'm going to replace with 1. Likewise, I'm going to replace tangent of 45 degrees with 1 as well, as you can see in this next step. And in this next step, in the denominator, 1 times tangent of theta is going to be same as just simply tangent theta. And now let's focus on this equation 1. We know tangent of theta is equal to x divided by 2. So therefore, I am going to substitute for this tangent of theta x divided by 2 over here, and likewise over here tangent of theta I'm going to replace with x divided by 2 as well, as you can see in this next step. And now let's focus on this numerator, x divided by 2 minus 1, and this 1 could be written as 2 divided by 2. So therefore we can write this one as x minus 2 divided by 2. So therefore this whole thing has been simplified to x minus 2 divided by 2. And likewise, let's focus on this denominator, 1 plus x divided by 2. And if we simplify the same way, we can get x plus 2 divided by 2, as you can see in this next step. And here we can see this 2 and 2 cancels out. So therefore our tangent of theta minus 45 degrees simplifies to x minus 2 divided by x plus 2. I am going to label this one as our equation number 3. And here we are ended up with these equations 2 and 3. And now we are going to compare these two equations. We can see our left hand sides are identical. So therefore we can equate the right hand sides as well. So therefore I can write x minus 2 divided by x plus 2 is going to be equal to 3 divided by x. And now we are going to cross multiply. So therefore we are going to get x square minus 2x equals to 3x plus 6. Let's move all these terms to the left hand side, as you can see in this next step. Let's combine these like terms. So we are going to have x square minus 5x minus 6 is going to be equal to 0. So thus we are ended up with this quadratic equation, x square minus 5x minus 6, and we are going to solve it by grouping and factoring. And now let's focus on this middle term. We are going to tweak this one. Negative 5x could be written as negative 6x plus x, as you can see in this next step. And now we can see over here x is in common, and between these last two terms positive 1 is in common. So therefore we can factor out x over here. So we got x minus 6 here. I'm going to factor out positive 1. So we got x minus 6 equals to 0. And here we can see x minus 6 and x minus 6, they are in common. So therefore I can write x minus 6 times x plus 1 equal to 0. And since both factors are equal to 0, I can separate them. So for this first equation, x is going to be equal to positive 6. For this second equation, x is going to be equal to negative 1. And here we can see x has a negative value, and that is not possible since x represents the side length. So therefore we are going to reject this x equal to negative 1 value, and we are going to accept x equal to positive 6. So thus our x value turns out to be 6 units. So that means this side is 6 and this side is 6 as well. And here's our final step. Let's recall the area of rectangle formula once again. Length times the width. And in our case, the length is 6 and the width is 5. So therefore, this blue rectangle area is going to become 6 times 5. And if we multiply, that is going to give us 30 square units. So thus the blue rectangle area turns out to be 30 square units. And that's our final answer. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more exciting videos. Bye.